Okay, question's getting juicier by the second. Here we got, now what sticks out to you already if you're saying sine over cos? Which fundamental trig identity do you think we're going to use? Yeah, we know that tan of an angle, theta, is the same as sine of an angle over cos. So as tan of something is the same as sine over cos of the same angle. So I'm guessing this is going to come out to be 30 or something, but maybe not. But it's just in the back of our minds. And the same for tan, cos. We could do some trickery, but we're probably not going to need it, to be honest. Okay, first things first, we've got our cast diagram. I'm going to do it a little bit over that way this time and go x, y, and this diagram's going to get messy quickly, but that's fine. Okay, sine 150. I'm going to do this so we know which one we're talking about. And we've got a fraction minus another fraction. I just like to have my template ready to fill in. So sine 150, well, this is 0, 90, 180, 270, back to 360. And we've got, of course, our cast diagram. All angles are positive, C-A-S-T, ready to go. Sine 150, 150 sits over here. So if that outside angle is 150, then this little angle must be 30. Now what we've been saying up to now is that we want to kind of get our angle to the x-axis as our informal way of putting it, because then we would reflect it and that would also be 30. But the point is that it's 30, so this is going to be the same as sine 30. Then we go and look at, confusingly the word sounds the same, sine, but we look at whether it's positive or negative. Maybe let's put it that way. Well, we're in this quadrant, the second quadrant, the S sign quadrant informally, so it's positive, so it's positive. Then we can go around and do the same for each of our angles. Cos 300. Which quadrant is 300 in? It's sitting down here in quadrant 4. If this outside angle is 300 and a whole revolution is 360, this must be 60 degrees. So therefore this is cos of 60 degrees. Then we look to see, is it positive or negative? We're in the fourth quadrant, the C cos quadrant, so therefore it's positive. Looks like this little trick, tan theta, sine theta over cos theta, we're not going to use because these angles are different. They are complementary, but we're going to get to those next week. Okay, then we've got next week, actually later this week. Okay, then let's keep going. Minus, let's go this greeny, tan 300. Well, we've already got it. Here's the 300. So another 60 to get us to 360. So this is tan of 60. So 360 minus 60. Is it positive or negative? We're in this quadrant, so it must be negative. Okay, and then cos of 330. Let's go for this light bright blue. 330 is sitting a little bit further, so it's there. So if this angle around here is 330, then it's another 30 degrees to get to 360. So in other words, this is going to be cos of 30, still here, so it must be negative. This negative and this negative going to become positive, and that minus. Calculator time. Sine 30. Who remembers what that is? I'm sure some mathematicians are rolling their eyes at me that sine 30 you should remember is a half. Why? Okay, so we've got, this is a half. We're going to divide that by cos of 60. Cos of 60 I should know is also a half. But we're going to get to knowing why those complementary angles are the same like that. Minus, as I said, this negative and negative, so I'm just going to put a positive and over a positive. And we've got tan of 60 equals root 3, and we're going to divide that by, this is coming out quite nicely with the colors. What do you think? Cos of 30. Now, one thing I definitely don't want you to do is just sit there passively writing down these numbers as I'm doing it. I'm expecting you to have, at this stage, paused, punched this into your calculator, and then check that you're on track, rather than don't just sit there, oh, well, he said that's what it was. That's not helpful. Okay, let's show this one more step to say, well, a half divided by half is a 1 minus, let's work out what root 3 divided by, I'm going to put it, no, I don't need it in brackets, root 3 over 2. So that's 2, so 1 minus 2 gives us our final answer, minus 1, which of course we can check by putting this whole bit of fun into our calculator. Let's finish it off and do it. Sine 150 over cos 300 minus tan 300, I'm getting blown away here, over cos 330. Okay, so where's our error? See, this is the point, right? Minus tan 300 over cos 330. Where's our sign wrong? Do you see it? I see it. Here. Cos is positive in this quadrant, so this should have been a positive. In which case, this should have been a negative of a positive, so that becomes a plus. That should have been a plus. And I was just thinking to myself, we're going to find an error here one of these days, and there it was. 3 equals 3. Wasn't too hard to find that error.